Hey guys, it's Yazzie Carter. Welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Yazzie Carter and I make crazy fun videos that I think you will enjoy. So if you think you will too, make sure to subscribe and turn on your post notifications so you don't miss a crazy video or a cool video, kind of like this one. This one's kind of more of a chill video. But I am in Ohio Connections Academy. There should be Connections Academy kind of everywhere, I believe, but I'm in Ohio Connections Academy. It is a free online school for grades K through 12. As I said, there's going to be a little bit of traffic. This year was my first year of middle school, and I am in 7th grade. I started on the first day of school, which was August 27th, 2018, this year. Duh. And that was kind of like to get you to know a little bit more about the school. Now I'm kind of going to run you through my typical school day. A typical school day. I begin school about 9 to 9:30 if I'm a little late, running a little late. 9 or 9:30 in the morning, you know. Which is, if you've ever been in public school, most likely you have to wake up at 6 or 7 in the morning, which is pretty early. So you get to sleep in that should be about an hour and a half or 2 hours, depending on what time you wake up. I start my day by logging into my Connexus, and I check and reply to my webmails. And if you haven't watched the orientation yet, when you watch the orientation, you will know what I'm talking about. So yeah. Then I go on to my planner, which shows me what I have to do in that day, and also it gives you a schedule for your live lessons, so you can, connect with the teacher, talk to your teacher. You can't really talk to your classmates because you're there to learn, not to chat, But, if you want to work something, I don't know if they do this, because in an older school that I was in, called ECOT, I don't know if you ever heard of it, you used to be able to work with your classmates. Personally, I'm not far enough into the year to know if they do that, because they just started not too long ago, and they're kind of getting everything into the days, But yeah, if they do that, then you might be able to do that. But I don't know yet. Then, I can take short breaks as needed through the day. You can take a few minutes to yourself after each class is over, eat something, watch a video or something. I don't know. But, an average school day, I'm not even gonna lie to you, an average school day is around 10 hours. It sounds like a lot. I'm going to explain that more at the ending of the video. Okay? I promise. I probably do about 5 to 6 hours of that time online, actually doing work. Or maybe a little bit more. Probably about 7 or 8 hours online, talking to the teachers through webmail, or asking them questions through webmail. Live lessons, actual online classwork videos, there's a lot that you have to do for each class. You also have the ability to take elective classes, like art or foreign languages. I don't know exactly what different kinds of foreign languages they have, because the only one that I've well, that I'm getting into is Spanish, because, you know, it's kind of harder to learn. You know, Spanish is like the basic. And it's most likely what, you know, where I live, you know, there's going to be people that talk Spanish more than there's people that talk like French or something, you know? So it's like a lot easier for me to learn Spanish. You also have physical education, and for that you are required to log activity every day. Not on the weekends, but you know, every school day. Typically, I think they require an hour. But yeah, you'll learn more about that as you get into the class, you know. There are some online clubs you can sign up for, and in-person events that you can attend just for school if you want to meet friends, meet your teacher, hang out with other students, whatever you want to do. And I typically think I don't think there's events like often. There's probably events like every 3 months or so, or maybe even every month. You know, I'm not far enough into the school year to tell you all that information. It probably depends on where you're at. So if you want to figure that out, go through your stuff. That sounded rude, I'm sorry. So now, moving on to your learning coach, which most likely is your parent or your guardian. Most likely you can have 1 to 2 learning coaches. You know, if your mom and dad, maybe if your mom's at work one day and your dad has to do it, or your dad's at work one day and your mom has to do it, you know, whatever. As long as you have a learning coach. My learning coach is my mom. She is there to keep me on task and to help structure my schedule. She kind of tells me what to do at what certain time, what class to do first. Parents, guardians, if you're watching this video with your child, make sure you literally have to do this. You have to track in honest hours that your kid does in a day. You know, my mom tracks it. Say I did PE for like an hour and 30 minutes. She's going to go onto her parent portal and she's going to put an hour and 30 minutes. So you can't put in false timing, because technically I think they can kind of tell what you're doing. So say if it was in language arts and you put like 5 hours, they're going to be like, there's no way that he or she was in language arts for 5 hours. So, you know, if you're a little short a day, then you have to put honest hours. Typically, I think the required hours for a day is 6 hours, but if you're a little less, sometimes I only get less hours in than usual. If you're a little less, then you probably should put a little less. Now on to the part for your teachers. Your teachers are a phone call away. If you have to call your teachers for anything, then most likely they'll give you your number. If you don't have their phone number, if you lost their phone number, webmail them for anything that's course related. If it's something that you need answered immediately, give them a phone call. If it's something that you know you don't need right away, make sure you webmail them, you know. Now, I'm gonna tell you kind of what I struggled with the most, you know. Give you an honest kind of review on the school. Make you think hard about enrolling, you know. You have to know if you're gonna like it, and everybody works different. So somebody might know more math than you do or something, you know, whatever. Not that I'm talking about math, but it was just an example. So I struggled with the most making it through the first few weeks. It is very overwhelming, you know, learning how to work everything, you know, like the first few weeks, it takes a while to get the hang of everything. And typically the first week after the second day of school, we started doing work, which I think was kind of too much. They should have waited the whole week. Then the second week of school started putting in work. So they like started immediately. So, you know. Number 2, days seemed long, and it seemed like work was never ending. Like, there is probably like 70% of kids, well, 90% of kids most likely do not like school. And, you know, I'm going to be honest, I don't really care for school because, you know, it takes a lot of time. But, you know, you have to stay in school or you won't be able to do anything. So, you know, you kind of get used to going to school after a while too. You know, you make it through it, whatever. But I'm just saying the days seem like they were dragging so long. Dragging to the point where I kind of stopped paying attention. And my mom was like, Yasmin, you know, she was kind of telling me, pay attention, you know. Yeah. Once you figure out how things work, it'll get a lot easier for you. Especially how to check stuff and getting used to the website and everything else, you know, that you have to get used to. It takes a while. Just know, be patient. It takes a while. And I promise you that you will get through the school day. It might take a while, but you'll get through it. And it becomes a lot easier by the end of the first month. I promise. So if you want to give it a try, you know, give it a try. If you're thinking about giving it a try, I'm going to tell you my honest opinion about it and why I would recommend it, why I wouldn't recommend it in just a minute. But first, I'm going to have a little simple challenge for you. I'm going to see if you, I know it's not the time for it, but you know I got to squeeze it in the video somehow because it's just my thing. I'm going to see if you can subscribe in 5 seconds and comment down below cheetah. So, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Did you do it? Why or why not I would recommend this school? Number 1, I would recommend this school if you don't mind sitting for about 10 hours of your day. You know, this is my opinion on it. It might not take you that long, but it does take me that long. And number 2, if you don't mind sitting for like 3 hours of that time watching live sessions back to back to back. 3, if you do not mind, you have to read a book that they pick out for you. Now, I know some people don't care what book they have to read, you know, they just read it. But me, I'm not that person. I have to read a book that I pick out, and I have to know if I like that book. And, you know, usually books get better at the end, but if I don't like it from the beginning, I'm not going to want to read to the end. So, in my opinion, if I'm talking to a person that's like me, I would not recommend this school. But if you're different than me, if you don't mind, you know, I kind of have stuff to do. You know, I make YouTube videos, and that takes a little bit of time out of your day. You know, you have to make sure the videos are good. So I can't spend 10 hours on school. And also, I take pictures for Instagram. If you don't follow me on my Instagram, down below. And you know, I kind of have other things to do. You know, I'm not saying school is not important, because school is totally important. But I'm saying that I have other stuff to do after school, and I can't be spending 10 hours on school. So there's other things that don't take that long, but it still counts as a school day. So that's what I would prefer. But you know, if you don't really do anything but play games, then I'm telling you, you gotta focus on school. Make sure you get your grades right. But I would recommend this school if you don't mind sitting for that long, if you don't mind doing the things that I said. I wouldn't recommend the school if you have things you have to do, like maybe you have a sport that you play. I would not recommend the school if you have, like, I wouldn't say mandatory, but I guess I could, mandatory things to do after school. You know, school's the most important thing, but you know, you like to do other things except schools, because if you do too much school is just gonna drag you down. But anyways, I know I made the video kind of long talking, but if you enjoyed this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up so that I know that you enjoyed it. And please make sure you comment down below if you commented cheetah and subscribed in 5 seconds about 3 minutes ago. And also make sure you follow all my social medias in the description. And I will see you guys the next time I post, which is every Thursday and Sunday. Bye. Love you.